Governor, regarding the heartbeat bill, why force a rape or incest victim to carry a pregnancy to term?
It doesn't require that at all because obviously it provides at least 6 weeks for a person to be able to get an abortion. And so for one, it doesn't provide that. That said, however, let's make something very clear. Rape is a crime, and Texas will work tirelessly to make sure that we eliminate all rapists from the streets of Texas by aggressively going out and arresting them and prosecuting them and getting them off the streets. So goal number 1 in the state of Texas is to eliminate rape so that no woman, no person will be a victim of rape. But in addition to that, we do want to make sure that we provide support for those who are victims of rape. And we have organizations that we as a state support, that others support, to make sure that anybody who's victimized that will get the support they need.
Are you planning to increase support for those moms once those babies are delivered?
Absolutely.
That's right, folks. They'll just eliminate rape. I want to be the first to congratulate Governor Abbott on such a brilliant idea. I'm just disappointed that I myself didn't think of this sooner. What if we just made rape go away? Like, look, I don't like to throw this word around too freely, but when I think of Greg Abbott now, the word genius comes to mind. This is Texas Governor Greg Abbott doing his level best to avoid answering any hard questions on his state's depraved 6-week abortion ban by instead pivoting to boilerplate platitudes like how he's gonna somehow make rape stop happening. Only here's the thing, if eliminating rape was actually a possibility, don't you think, oh, I don't know, that they'd have done that already? I should ask too, how exactly does one aim to prevent rapes from happening? By arresting rapists who haven't raped anyone yet? Unless there's some way to decipher who's going to rape someone in the future, maybe the governor of a state shouldn't be out there suggesting that he's gonna eliminate crimes that haven't happened yet, and instead should be focusing on a solution that actually exists in reality, like at a bare minimum, protecting victims of rape instead of punishing them for being raped by forcing them to carry their rapist babies to term. Now, ridiculous deflections aside, for those of us actually living on this planet, we know that rape was already a crime in Texas, and yet it happens anyway, so maybe when the governor of Texas tries to assuage us with promises of things that should have already been happening, like eliminating rape, that shows that he's not actually interested in solving this problem, and more interested in just stringing words together that he thinks sound good. In reality, while the governor's out here promising the sun and the moon as far as rape is concerned, Texas already has a dismal record in actually prosecuting rapes. For example, of the 625 adult sexual assault offenses reported in Travis County, Texas in 2017, 13 resulted in plea agreements and only 1 made it to a jury trial out of 625. And that's in just 1 county during 1 year. Nationally, only 5 out of 1,000 rapists will go to prison in the US. That's to say nothing of the backlog of literally thousands of rape kits that have gone unattended to thus far in Texas. So forget about just eliminating rapes, Texas can't even figure out how to deal with the ones that have already occurred. And one last point here. When asked why he would sign a bill that requires a rape or incest victim to carry a pregnancy to term, Abbott claims that it doesn't do that at all. He claims that it provides, quote, at least 6 weeks for a person to be able to get an abortion. Now, 2 things here. First, it doesn't provide at least 6 weeks, it provides at most 6 weeks. And second, that 6-week period is before most women even know they're pregnant. Meaning if they find someone is raped or the victim of incest and they discover that they're pregnant after 6 weeks, then yes, this law does require that a rape or incest victim carry that pregnancy to term. That is quite literally exactly what this law does. And so it would defy reason, given all of this, that the answer here is to punish the victims. Because rest assured, that's who's being punished. You and I both know that the tragic truth is that there will be no impact on the frequency of rapes resulting from an abortion ban on the woman. The only difference, the only one, is that now the victims of rape will have to surrender their bodily autonomy to the state, to politicians, to a male-dominated body of theocrats who don't understand the separation of church and state. That's the difference here. The next time that Greg Abbott wants to actually help, maybe impose a $10,000 bounty for the actual rapist and not the woman seeking reproductive health care. Maybe display even a shred of consistency and respect the individual freedoms that Texas Republicans love to wail about. Maybe focus on the actual problems plaguing Texas, like the failing power grid and surging COVID cases and deaths, and less on attacking women for the crime of being women. If you enjoyed that video and you're looking for a deeper dive, check out my podcast, No Lie with Brian Tyler Cohen. It's a no BS look at the top stories of the week, along with interviews with the top names in politics, like Vice President Kamala Harris, Jen Psaki, Elizabeth Warren, Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, Katie Porter, Pete Buttigieg, and more. Again, that's No Lie with Brian Tyler Cohen, available anywhere you listen to podcasts. Also, if you want to see more videos like this one, click the subscribe link right here on this screen to join the more than 1 million people who've already subscribed to my channel. And finally, to donate to my Don't Be a Mitch Fund, where I'm raising money for a whole raft of different voter outreach and voter registration groups in the closest states ahead of midterms in 2022, including Georgia, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, North Carolina, and Texas. You can find that link on this screen as well. Thanks for watching.